Okay, so let's have an introduction session now. So, so may I know, like, for the organization, how do they get the data? So, in what are the forms they'll be getting the data, right?
There are different form, I guess, like structured, semi-structured, and unstructured.
Okay, perfect. Yes. Yeah, there is a structured form and unstructured form. That is true. Suppose we'll imagine now. So I've just opened here with the paint. We have this, suppose imagine. So here, this is one company name, right? So this is our company now. And I'll name this company as ABC company. Okay. So, right. So this is of ABC company now. So from what are the sources this organization they'll be getting data? As Dhananjay told, it would be in structured form and it would be in unstructured form, right? As well as the it should be and like the social media platforms, everything. So all these things will be stored in one platform. Okay. This is called as a staging area. So where the data are all structured and unstructured are dumped in one file or folder that is called as a staging directory. So here I'll write it as a data from.
Eshwari, we are not able to hear you. Hello, Eshwari, are you on mute? We are not able to hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, I was telling like how do the company get the data and what are the forms they'll be getting the data, right? So here, if in case it is a there will be two categories of collecting of the data. One is with the primary source. First of all, we have to understand what is data basically. So here the data comes in varieties of forms. So how do the companies are benefited with that data, right? So here suppose I'll write what is data. Data is a information, right? So which is very important for the organization to make up the decisions, right? So this is called as a data. So data is what? Data is a information which is very important for the organizations uh, to make a decisions and to make a proper workflow and so on, right? So that is the data. Data, and there is a difference between knowledge and data, right? So knowledge can helps us to gain the skills, but data helps us to take a decision. This is the main thing we have to understand regarding the data. And in collecting the data, we have a structured way and unstructured way. There are two kinds. Along with that, we have in the data two types of data. One is qualitative and quantitative. This data includes of two types. One is qualitative, right? Qualitative, and another one is quantitative. Quantitative, which includes with the number, which includes the numerical values in it, that all columns, that all attributes are known as quantitative data. If in case any facts and figures, which includes the any kind of expressions like boolean or else yes or no type or else theoretical alphabetical columns, characters, which includes the characters, are called as qualitative. This is quality and this is quantity, right? So these are the two kinds of data we have basically. So here the data may be structured and unstructured data, right? So what we have to do as a data analyst, whatever the data it might be, whether it is a structured or unstructured, we have to clean those data according to the needs of the business. This is the first and foremost thing. 80% of workflow depends on, not 80, it's 70% of workflow depends on the cleaning of the data, structuring it into the requirements where we can take up, where we help the business to take up a decisions. So this is how it will works on the real time. And now the data, it's nothing but it's a information which will be helping for the organizations to take up business decisions, right? And likewise, so what are the forms we have? So I'll just write it out. What are the ways, like how the data will comes into the flow? One is with survey, right? Which includes the survey. By taking the survey of the products, they'll be getting the data. And online forms, like for the educational sectors, they'll be collecting the online forms. And also the customer feedbacks, right? Customer feedbacks. And again, we have social media, right? Social media monitoring. If we do the monitoring of the social media, we can have an access of all the data and we can take up a decisions accordingly. Along with that, so again, apart from social media, we have web analytics. So I'll just tell you one of the web scraping thing in the Excel and also the Power BI. So how you will be scrapping the data from the website, right? So how do you do that? So I'll just let you know once the theoretical sessions are done. So from the server, I can fetch the data from online forms, from customers' feedback and social media monitoring and web analytics. And also like by publishing something like published research, already we have the data, that is historical data of the transactions. Historical data of transactions, right? So these are all the ways of getting the data, right? So here online form, which includes all the interactions between the particular website or particular customers with the particular online platforms. These all includes in it, right? And again, we'll take it out other things as well now. So here historical data, why historical data in the sense, if you are want to analyze today's performance, again you have to go and analyze with the previous one, right? So if you see the trends of the previous years on the sales, so it'll be at you can set an average sales of the product, right? So it will helps you to make a decision making. Okay, for quarterly, the organization can reach up to the points of out of 10, they can reach up to the point of 6 or 7 in a month, right? So this is an average, not exact value. So it helps us to make a decision of average value, that is 6. So it should not go low to 6, or it should not, it can go high, but it should not go below 6. If it is going below 6 in the trends, then again, so it is a problem which is created for the sales, right? So this is one of the thing. Likewise, we have here One is, for an example, what all we can tell it here. So how do they store the data? So here the data collection part is done, right? How do an organization stores the data? So they store it in a databases, data lakes, and also cloud storage. So we have to understand here the terminologies of data warehouse and also the data lake, right? So all structured data. So RDBMS, we have database management system. So here in this curriculum, we are learning MySQL, right? So in that MySQL, so here database will be understanding how deep we can extract the data for our need, for the purpose of to solve the business query. Suppose you have a business query that you want to find out, you want to attract, a number of customers in this month. So how do you do that? So what are the strategies an organization can be used? So it'll be suggest on that part, right? So, and to understand about the consumer needs, we can focus on. So these all are comes into the picture. And again, so here stored data storage. So I'll write it as data. Data storage. So we have RDBMS. RDBMS is nothing but it is a relational database management system. And we have to understand the database management system also. What is this? RDBMS and DBMS. DBMS refers to we can store all unstructured data and structured data both inside the DBMS, but that is database management system. What about RDBMS refers to relational database management system. So here in the RDBMS, we can store all the data in a structured form. It doesn't support for unstructured data. So here we can take a best example of here to make you understand like who are fresher to this database. So here RDBMS, you can take it as an Excel, Microsoft Excel as an example, where we'll be storing all the data in a table form that is inside the rows and columns. But here the DBMS refers to database management systems. You can take it as a Excel, Word document, Microsoft Word document, where you can add the data, store the data in a text format, also the table format. So it doesn't follow a proper structure, but if you are following the proper one in the Word format, then you can form, or like in a textual way, you can store that data also. If you wanna store the data in the table wise, you can also store that inside the DBMS also. So RDBMS and DBMS, we have it. Along with that, for an example, suppose here yeah. So here again, we have to understand difference between data warehouse. What is data warehouse basically? So data warehouse is nothing but where we'll be storing the data. Suppose we can store the data in MySQL, NoSQL, PostgreSQL. There are many databases like Snowflake and also the cloud storages like AWS, S3 and SQL databases and Redshift, right? So all are these are the data storage platforms. All these are called as data warehouse where we can store the data, but it will be having certain steps. First, then we're doing the injections of the data, then the staging area, then the normalizing stage. So all these things comes there where the data warehouse. So even in the data warehouse, it follows the RDBMS, that is relational database management system, right? So these are the things. So again, the difference between you have to understand the data lake and also data warehouse. I will write it here only versus data lake. So here, what is data warehouse and what is data lake? Basically, data warehouses helps us to understand about the structured data, but data where lake refers to unstructured data, same as RDBMS and DBMS. So here for DBMS, you can give an example of data lake. Terminologies are different, but the meanings are same. So DBMS refers to data lake, where you can store structured and unstructured data. But one thing in data lake, so whenever it is required, at that time only we'll be using the stored data. So where do we get this data? We get all the data from the data warehouse. It depends on the organization what they follow. So some organization follow with the MySQL, some organizations spend with the NoSQL, and some of them will follow with the Snowflake, and also some of them will follow with the AWS cloud, right? So all these things stored over here. And again, like this is the storage part, right? So we learned about how to collect the data. So this particular part, the survey, primary data, secondary data, everything comes under the data collections. And the data storages, when it comes to the data storages, so it will be in the true form, right? In the structure of data collections, it will be the data warehouse and the data lake. It is a two kinds. One is structured and unstructured. Also, you can store the data in a cloud platforms. So cloud storage, right? So it is AWS, S3, and SQL database, right? So these are the cloud platforms. And again, when it comes to the data cleaning, so data cleaning. So what are the steps you do the cleaning here? So basically the first and foremost, we are familiar with removal of the duplicates, right? Removal of duplicate. And again, so removal of the duplicates and irrelevant parts like null values or typo errors, whatever it might be. So we have to remove that as well. Errors removal. And again, irrelevant parts. There's null values and typo error sometimes, right? So these are the cleaning part, what you can do. And I'll tell you what is, processing. So there is difference between three terminologies. One is data cleaning and data integration and data processing. So you have to understand the difference between the first part. So this is a data collections, right? And this is data storage. And what about data cleaning? So cleaning is nothing but removal of all the duplicates and also error removal and irrelevant parts like null values and typo errors. You can remove it. So those cleaning part is known as clean of the data. So what is this integration? Integration, we have a terminology in data. So what is this integration? So data integration. So what is this data integration? Data integration is nothing but merging data from different sources. So we'll be merging data. So merging in the sense one table can be merged with another table. So that is called as merging. So in the sense combining of the different sources of the data for identified view. So whatever the view it requires for the analysis, the data analysis, we can use that for the data integration. So integration is nothing but merging the data, appending the data, that is called as a data integration.
Regarding the data cleaning, right? You mentioned the removal of duplicates. Is it something to do with the reindexing thing, or on the database side we call it as a vacuum part, right? So how can I correlate that?
Sorry, Shravan, so your voice is breaking. Can you please
Okay.
repeat it again?
So what I'm asking, you mentioned about data cleaning, right? Removal of duplicates.
Yes.
So is it something we call it as a reindexing, right?
Not in the database. I'm talking about entire structure of data analytics. What are the flow it comes? So here this part is actually, so data analytics is constructed of the 5 or 6, 7 part actually. I think in the first demo session I have told you like, so what is the flow here? So what is the flow of work? So here the workflow of the data analyst would be, the first part would be the data collections. So the data collections is the first part. So how do you collect the data? So we know that for the organizations, they'll be getting the data from the various sources. They'll be having CRM, they'll be having the primary set of data and also a historical set of data, which is already stored in the database. So as a data analyst, you have to analyze what data you have to choose, right? What data you have to extract from the database so that it helps you to, you know, solve the business problem. To solve the business problem, what are the steps you have to do? So firstly, you have to do the data collections and later on data cleaning. So we are talking about the data cleaning. In the data cleaning, so we have a several steps. One is data integration, and also we have the data processing and data cleaning. So these are the three data preparations things we have. The cleaning part, we know that, right? In the cleaning, we can do the removal of the duplicates and irrelevant of the nulls and also the typo errors. So everything we can remove it. But so in when it comes to the integration of the data, so merging of the data, right? So if you have the different set of data, suppose we'll take for the month sales, you have, this is of month 1, I'll write it as M1, and we have here month 2, right? So in this month 2, so we can I want to analyze these comparison of these two data. So separately you can't write it and separately you can't do it. So first you'll integrate the data. Integration is nothing but merging of the data. So you can merge month 1 data and month 2 data and take an average and clean the data, right? And again you can create an insights on the comparisons what you create. So this process, the integration refers to combining of the data or merging of the data. And again, one more different terminology we have, that is data processing. So here, what is data processing? Cleaning is different. Data processing is different. So here, the data processing is refers to you are manipulating the data. How do you manipulate the data? This is like sorting, filtering, and also aggregating, right? So these are all you can perform with the programming language as well as in the Excel tool as well. So majority, so you can do it with, so what are the tools you'll be learning over here? So we'll discuss it. So this is the pre-processing. So what are the terminologies we learned? One we learned with the data cleaning. So here, how do you collect the data? So data collections, right? And again, data storage, data cleaning, data integration, data processing, and we have here data analysis, right? So how do you analyze? By creating the visuals, right? So here I'll write as data analysis. And also whatever you have done, so in the analysis it can be problem solving tools by using, you'll be creating all the insights by the help of the statistics and also with the help of the graphs, whatever that you create, you understand the data, you'll be analyzing all those things and you prepare dashboard. So that process is known as information presentations, right? Information presentations by using using visualization, and also by creating dashboards by the help of Power BI, Tableau, and also some of the reporting tools accordingly. So here majority will be focusing on the Power BI. So Tableau is again, so it is a competitive tool for the Power BI only. So if you are familiar with Power BI, so Tableau will be very easy for you. So it is just a GUI mode. So you have to explore what tool is used for what. So here the Power BI and Tableau. So you can explore. We have 15 days free trial for Tableau, and desktop version we have in the Power BI to create a visuals, which is very free, right? So these all are the pre-processing units we have. So basically, so what is data? So data is nothing but it is an information, right? So it is an information which will be helping the organization to take up a decision. So the data comes to the organization in a two ways, one is structured and unstructured way. And also we have the process, the workflow. How does it work? The first thing, as a data analyst, you'll be collecting the data. So by the help of the survey, online forms, the customer feedbacks, all those things, web analytics and historical data and social media monitoring. So everything comes under the data collections and also data storage. So here the data storage refers to, so how the organization they'll be storing the data, right? They follow in a two way. One is with the data warehouse and the data lake. So data warehouse, which comes under the example of RDBMS. RDBMS refers to structured way of storing the data. So they'll be storing it in the rows and the column, right? And again, DBMS refers to unstructured way of storing the data, where they'll be storing all the data in an unstructured form. In the sense, direct dumping. So there is no cleaning at all in that data. So whenever required as a data analyst, we can take that data and we can clean it off. So here for cloud platforms, we have an example of AWS S3. And for the on-premises, we have SQL databases, right? And for the data cleaning, when it comes to the data cleaning, we'll be learning here how to remove the duplicates, how to deal with the irrelevant data, and also when it comes to the errors, so how to handle it. And data integration refers to merging of the data from the different sources, right? And again, data processing refers to filtering, sorting, aggregations. In the sense, it is a pre-modeling of the data, we can tell it as. So data analysis refers to by using all these collection, storage, cleaning, integration, and data processing, we will be understanding the data, right? So we can analyze the data and create the insights through that data, and also we can put all those things in a visualization form, and also by creating the dashboard. So what are the tools we'll be using? So we'll be using here the Power BI for creating of the dashboards. And overall, so what are the tools and technologies we are learning here? So overall, we are learning. So the first thing is Excel, right? So we will be learning over here Excel, and the latest version, that is 365, we will be learning. And again, the programming language. Why Excel? Excel is used for the data cleaning, data integration, and also data processing. So for this process, in the sense, for this stages, we will be using this Excel as a manual. And when it comes to the programming language, we will be learning the Python. Why Python? So in the Python, the most important is pandas library, right? Pandas library. And
Usually one doubt on that programming part, right? Python. Should I need to have some basic idea about Python? If I'm new to the Python, so any basics topics will be covered.
Yes, Shravan. So here we'll be taking it out from basic. If you go through with the syllabus, whatever we have added in the web page, so every topics will be learning over here in this curriculum. So here, when it comes to the Python, we will learn from the installation. Here we will be using IDE tool called VS Studio, VS Code, and Visual Studio Code, we can call it as. So we will be learning from the data types, variables, and how to construct the data, code to clean the data, and also will be understanding like all the libraries, how to integrate it, and how to do the visualizations with the help of the programming language. So here to create the data, so for cleaning purpose, we'll be using the library, and for numerical calculations and sorting aggregations, we can use it for NumPy. And for visual creation, so in the Python, we can create a visuals, like it is called as matplotlib, right? Matplotlib. And along with that, we have a Seaborn. So these are the first two. One is data cleaning tool library, and the second one is of calculations library. So here the matplotlib, which can be integrated with the NumPy, and Seaborn is integrated with the pandas. So pandas is a data frame, and NumPy works under the array system, right? So we can deep dive more into the regular classes. So here for an IOP understanding purpose, we'll have a quick, grabbing knowledge. So what all it includes in the Excel, and what all it includes in the Power, programming language, that is Python. And also we have MySQL. So MySQL is a storage tool. So where we will be learning how to fetch the data from the different sources, whether it might be the cloud based, or it might be any other thing, right? So how to create indexes, how to create a trigger, how to create a functions like stored procedures, and how I can use the filter functions to fetch the data from the SQL server. So, and also we can understand what is the normalizations of the data. So, right, so these all are very important for a data analyst, so that we can deal with the data very accurate. And what about the next one? The tool we are learning, the Git or GitHub, right? So Git and GitHub. So Git and GitHub, so it is a version control system. Why it is very important? Because so whatever the codes we write, we store the data, everything need to be stored in one platform, right? So, and it has to be collaborated with the team members. So that's why here we will be learning the version control. So how to, push our coding to the GitHub, and how to create a GitHub account, and how to clone the coding from the different sources. So these are very important. So we'll be understanding out here. And the next one, we'll be learning here the Power BI. Right. So Power BI, as you know, that it is a visualization tool. It helps us to create a visuals, create a dashboard. It helps us to collaborate with the team members, and so on, right? So these all comes under this. So along with that, we'll be learning here AWS Cloud. So AWS Cloud. So here again, so in the AWS Cloud, we'll be learning here S3 and how to store the data, right? In the S3 bucket, how to store the data, and also in the real time, also how to get the data from the S3 bucket. So we'll see this part, right? S3. And we have an ETL tool. So in tomorrow's demo session, we'll understand what is the difference between ETL and ELT with some of the practical Excel classes. We can take it out for tomorrow. So, right, so here the glue we have for ETL process, in the sense extract, transform, load. So where we'll be integrating the data and the processing the data with the help of the glue. And also we have AWS Redshift. So even Redshift helps us to store the data, right? So, and also AWS QuickSight. So what is this AWS QuickSight? Basically, AWS QuickSight helps us to create the visualization. It is the same features and functionalities like the Power BI only. But one thing we have to remember, that So all these tools, whatever we learn here from Excel, Python, MySQL, Git, and also the Power BI, these are the on-premises tools which is very free to use, right? So when it comes to the cloud environment, so when it comes to the cloud environment, so we have here AWS Cloud. So as you know, I don't know how many of them have an experience working with the cloud platforms, but here if we are using it a cloud platform, so as it is like first initially it will provide us the free tier to use. So I think 700 hours we have a free tier services where we can access all the services of the AWS. Like they have some restrictions, but still we have a 200 plus services which are available for free only for 700 hours when we start register. So we can also, like tomorrow we can register if anyone wants to. So we can log into that, and also we can see what are the things we have, right? So that is one of the things. And it is a pay as you go model. Once the hours durations are completed, it is a pay as you go model. So you have it asks for you the charges for the services. So that's the reason, and we have to understand. So hence it is cost more, but why do all the organization prefers the programming language and also the MySQL as their data warehouses? So why? Because one, the first thing, the cost maintenance. The cost maintenance are very easy when it compares to the normal data warehouses and the cloud environment. So if in case any data, if you stored in an Excel file, if someone comes and deletes it, so you'll be having a scarcity of losing your data. So you are unable to get that data at any cost, right? So if you want to recall or recollect that data, so you can do it only with the help of cloud. So cloud will be having the backup at the back end, so you can use that cloud platforms to deal with the data losses. It creates a less amount of losing of the data scarcity. So that's why every organizations are opting for the AWS or Azure or GCP. So any of the cloud, so they are offering for this. In the sense, they are expecting from this more. So this is the overview of the roles and responsibility and how do the data comes into the business, and we are understood about the what are the courses content we are learning. So in next 60 days, right? So whereas the classes will be Monday to Friday, okay, and Saturday, Sunday will be on off, and the timings are from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. And all the recordings video will be provided to you from the DURGASOFT management. They'll be sharing you via email.
What is the duration?
So it's of 60 days, 45 to 60 days.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. So this is the one. So now we'll have some Q&A sessions for a couple of minutes. So if you have any doubts, so you can ask me now. So Dhananjay, Divya, Gaurav, Gurudas, Rishabh, Shaban, Vishal, and yeah, Mohammed Saiful.
So when is the actual batch going to start? From tomorrow, or how is it?
Actually, like a couple of days will be the demo sessions, and then we'll be connecting this classes. So once you register, they'll give you the paid access link. Right, this is the demo link what they have set for only for the demo classes. So once the registrations are done, so they'll provide you with the live access link, So whatever we will be same, the sessions will be in the same manner. It will be the live sessions. So where you can have an interactions with me whenever you feel the doubts in the concepts. So we can clear it on the go, and all the recordings will be provided to you, right? So this is the one of, I think access of all the recordings will be last for 1 year, okay? And along with that, the classes, when it starts from like Thursday or Wednesday, like couple of days we'll be having a demo sessions, and then we can start with the sessions. So right, Shravan?
Actual live batch is going to start from tomorrow, right? Assuming that payments are done and registration are done, right? So actual session will start from tomorrow. That's what you're planning to start, right?
Not from tomorrow, like to day before tomorrow, we'll be having a demo sessions.
Oh,
Uh,
uh-huh.
the demo sessions will be starting our classes.
Oh, okay. So the admin team, they will let me know, right, when they're planning to start the actual.
Yes, exactly. They'll be having your contact details, right? While filling the form, they'll reach out to you via email or via your number. So you can have a communications with them regarding the batches. And also even I'll keep you posted. So regarding the timings and dates, timings we are fixed, but date, like I need to see like for tomorrow and day after tomorrow. So once we take all the demos classes, and we can start with the sessions from Friday, right? Friday or Thursday.
Okay. Thanks. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Hi,
So,
Eshwari. Just a question. Is it fine for you?
yes, Vishal, please.
Yeah. So quick thing. So Eshwari, as from my layman perspective, as I'm not a technical guy, will I be able to cope up this? Because for the last 15 years, I've been into the management thing. So
Okay.
will I be able to cope up with all these like SQL and analysis part?
Exactly, Vishal. You can read this. And as you know, this particular data domain is meant for both IT and non-IT sector. So anyone can, access for this. This is we'll be starting from the basic to advanced level for each technologies, right? So for Excel, so we'll go with the basic to advanced. So it would take 10 to 15 days of duration if I go on one go of teaching. So if I start interacting with you and solving your doubts and questions, so it would take extend like couple of days or 3 days extra more as we plan. And also when it comes to the Python, so as you are a layman, well imagine, so we'll be having like, the little knowledge into all those domains. So if you are new to this, the IT technology things, so it is very easy. So you have to pay attention on the practicing of the coding, so that it again adds the plus point. So along with that, I forgot to tell you, so we'll be dealing with the 3 to 4 projects over here during the sessions. And again, we'll be giving the most of the projects in the WhatsApp. We'll be having a WhatsApp community. So I'll be providing you set of projects. So how you can deal with the real-time data. So all these things you have to do, and you have to submit it. So according to your answers, according to your process, so I'll be suggesting you for the next process, right? And along with this, I'll be helping you for not like for everyone. So whoever need like, the preparations of resume assistance, you can reach out to me. We'll be providing that as well during the sessions only. So these are
So
the
what exactly the time that I will be coping up with this full course, like in a full-fledged, like ready to give interviews?
So it would be taking like 2 months, 60 days of times you require for a layman.
Okay, I mean after the course or from the starting of the course, you mean to say like it's like 2 months?
Yeah, just try 30 days of first half. So as soon as we complete the first half of day, so just concentrate on the tools and technologies. How does they work? and start giving an interview, and you'll be having an idea what are the questions they'll be going to ask you. So on that particular thing, you can concentrate more on. So in next 30 days, right? Meanwhile, you have to give like random interviews. So according to the demand.
I got you. All right. Yeah. Fine. Thanks, Eshwari. That's all from my end. Yeah. Cheers.
Thank you, Vishal.
Hello, what's the name? Eshwari, right?
Yes, Mama. Yeah, it's Eshwari. Yeah. Hi.
Yes, sir. Hi, I'm from New Jersey, and I see like there's a Python, Power BI, and this data analyst course. I have just question of like you said 8 p.m. Is it Eastern 8 p.m. or like what's the time frame? Because this I'm from a different time zone.
Yes, it's a 8 p.m. IST.
So is there anything like
In Jersey, I think 8 p.m. would be like
6
10.
a.m.?
Okay, 9 or okay, 6 a.m. Fine.
Okay, you guys don't have anything like for like Eastern time, like night?
Eastern time of night. No, exactly. We'll be starting here in IST. It is 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. So I think we have a one batch which is running in the 6:30. This is 6:30, which is IST timing in a AM batch. So I think it's ongoing batch. I think you can't join in the middle. So again, it creates a dispute for the learning. So we have currently with the one batch that is 8 p.m. one. So we are shortly starting with the weekend batches as well. So we can plan for that. So if possible, say.
Okay, I think there is one data analyst course I see. Mr. Bankate is going to start on 13th April.
Okay.
It is saying the 8 a.m. That mean, yeah, that like I have to check the AM courses, right? That's the way I can cope up with at the time, right?
Yes.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Yep. Thank you. Yeah, so Rishabh, Divya, Vishal, and Gurudas. So any questions? So we can wind up the today's demo session.
No, Eshwari, nothing from my side. Thank you.
Yep, thank you so much. So thank you, Rishabh, Divya, and yeah, Vishal, Gurudas. So we'll connect tomorrow. Thank you. Thank you.